Hello. Well, I have an interesting message to share with you today. And I've been thinking about how to frame it and how to explain it to all of my viewers. Um, so let me just begin by saying that for the past week, uh, we have had a visitor, which is my ex husband in Vermont. He's traveled many states and really coming to Vermont to see his 5 children. But because I live with 2 of those 5 children, I've also had time with him. And I paused last night after we had a cookout and a wonderful afternoon and evening all together. I paused and started to think about this relationship. And here is what I want to share with you. I think divorce is very hard, and it's a kind of loss in our life that we don't always acknowledge for the grief and the pain and the sorrow it causes in the way it changes us in so many capacities. For me, I initiated my divorce, and I don't have regrets about that at all. It's been a very long time that we've been divorced. Our children some of them, the 2, 3 were pretty young at the time. And I did move to Vermont. So I moved away from where we were living many states away to Vermont to teach for a college too. And my children love Vermont. I don't think any of them will ever leave. It's a beautiful place. And he's always made the effort, to be in their lives and to be their father. And I really appreciate that. But here is the other piece of all this. And I understand that a lot of the clients I work with have experienced a divorce, many of them even more than one divorce in their life. And sometimes it carries a huge amount of pain and sorrow and regret. And it could have been very abusive, and that could have been the reason why they left or that you left a relationship. And that, of course, is a very good thing. I just want to say that if you've been in an abusive relationship and you took the initiative to leave, that's a very positive thing. And of course, there's other reasons why marriages and committed relationships fall apart, right? And then as time moves on, and if you are ever in contact with that ex in some way, you may start to feel a shift in yourself. And this is often around an act of forgiveness, which is a lot of the work I do with my clients is around forgiveness, self-forgiveness, but also forgiveness of other people in our lives who have hurt us or maybe hurt other people that we love. Now, why is that so important? Okay, for me, I will say I felt this sense of closure and this sense of peace in this relationship that I lost in my life. And it also helped me to see my ex in a different way and to see what he had struggled with and where he's gone from there in a positive way. Okay, now I'm not talking about reunification with your ex, not with my ex, of course. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about this sense of peaceful closure that you have. If you don't have that through a forgiveness process, whatever that looks like for you, it can cause you to carry a heavy, heavy burden forward. Regret, anger, maybe some self-pity there, maybe a lot of judgment that you have towards either your ex or maybe other people related to your ex, people in their family. It goes on and on. But the bottom line is when you can reach deep inside your heart and be able to reach this place of forgiveness for something in your life that you've lost. And I'm referring today to divorce, but this, of course, can have many other implications too if you've lost somebody in a different way. It's important. It's important to face those feelings, not to push them away or smother them in some way, but to really walk into those feelings and face them and open up your heart to this place of forgiveness. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I really enjoy doing this work with my clients because it's so incredibly transformative. When you can, as I often say, cross that bridge to the other side and only carry with you the feelings that are going to be positive and affirming to you to move on in your life and let go of the anger and the resentment and pissed offness, that why did they hurt me in this way? And, why did I have to leave my marriage? And, oh my gosh, I was so broke and I lost our house and you know what I'm talking about. Those scripts that we hear in our head that we get stuck in, and we cannot put ourselves in the position of the other person. Okay, so as time moves on, being able to walk through that act of forgiveness is so liberating. It's so liberating. And I know each client I work with has a different story, and I walk with you in that story, but we also need to reach a place of closure and freedom for you to be able to carry on a full and productive, meaningful life ahead of you, which I know everyone has awaiting them. Okay, I wanted to share that with you. It's a little bit of a personal story for myself, but I know that I have enormous compassion and love in my heart for my ex. And again, it really has to do with letting go of those stories that sometimes we hang on to in our lives and feeling that sense of liberation. All right. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, and do contact me if I can help in any way.